Hello, AdQuest subscribers. Today we're doing a video on how to make a bug out bag, or what my personal bug out bag or shit hits the fan bag is. So we're just going to show you some stuff that you can put in your kit. So I have a Eagle Creek bag here. It's roughly a $200 bag in Canada, but it's good, it's durable. I personally enjoy it. So just start off here, lighter. And always want a lot of rope. That's number 3 bank line, I'm pretty sure. And it's cold in Canada, so got gloves with mittens inside of them and a toque. So something just to start off the portion really quickly here is food. Although I don't have a lot of it for pack supplies and stuff like that, I do have a lot of MREs. So start loading stuff out here quickly.
For those of you who are not familiar with the term MRE stands for meal ready to eat, and they are the usually the standard field ration for armed forces in Canada and the United States.
I have, I believe I have about 10,000 calories here. This would last, because this is my personal bag, only for me. I have a bigger kit at home for my family. This personally would last me 12 days, roughly. I don't know. That's a rough estimate. It depends on how I ration it. But, yeah, so food, that's pretty basic. You just want food. Stuff good. Stuff that'll last a long time. MREs will last a very long time. So, another thing I always have in my bag now, wet wipes. Good for cleaning everything, including yourself. This is a 8-foot by 12-foot drop sheet. Very useful for waterproofing your shelter, waterproofing your area, even using it as a makeshift tarp if you need to. There's a lot of uses that you can use with that. Crowbar, definitely not for breaking and entering. You just need that in the field, no matter what. Like, that's just an essential piece of gear. How many sets of this is there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 sets of warmers, hand warmers, feet warmers, whatever you want to use them for. And then a pot set. That, if it wants to work for me. Frying pan, lid, little saucepan, and I have some garbage bags inside of that for waterproofing. That one's pretty easy. That sets up itself pretty nice. Works into a little kit. You can tighten it down. That's pretty good. That's pretty cheap. That's like off by heart, I believe it's like $20, roughly. I believe that's all for that pocket. So, already, you have some essentials. You have food, calories. You have cookware. You have shelter. I have more shelter in this bag. That's not my only shelter, so I'm hesitant just to call that shelter. I'll put that all away later, probably. So, next, this is the base pocket that I'm going to work with it now. That was the second base pocket. So, what I normally have in here, just to start off, because it's in the way, a lot of rope. That's about 100 feet of 550 paracord, and then about 300 feet, roughly, of a cheaper paracord. Not the best stuff in the world, but it works. It's about 200-pound test, I believe. Fiskars X7 hatchet. Trusty hatchet. Been using it for forever, really. My main knife, SE6. I personally have just a little cheap flashlight on here that's 100 lumens and a ferrocerium rod on there. Very useful. My companion knife, a Condor bush lure. Again, nice knife. Pretty budget, honestly, but yeah, it's good. For container for water, just for storage, I have this a canteen, which is a bladder one, which just the triangle ones. it holds like a gallon of water. Useful. First aid kit. Obviously, you need one of those. You need a big first aid kit. For clearing brush and whatever else you might need it for. Maybe your mate owes you some money. Maybe you have to hack him up a little bit. A parang. Just a cheap parang. A metric fuck ton of rope. 250 meters of this paracord again. This stuff, again, probably about 200-pound test, roughly. Very useful. An MSR stove, dragonfly stove. I believe it's a dragonfly. Can't remember. But, obviously, just for cooking your meals and whatever. Just take it out in. There's a bunch of striking matches with that. Just so that you can light it. It's a pretty normal little stove, pocket rocket. And that doesn't want to go back in. Goddamn matches are in the way. Alright. I have a first aid kit, or a first aid booklet here. You can guess why I use that. Just in case you don't know something. A good glow stick, just for your shelter. And then, talking about shelter, I have a 2-person hammock, which fits me very snugly, because I'm fat, JK. I have my tarp to go over my hammock, which is freaking huge. It's, I believe, a 12-foot by 10-foot. Saw. I don't use that very often, but sometimes you have to make controlled cuts. Then I have my fire kit, which I'm not going to go through that because it's freaking stuffed full. And this little cat that I've been looking for about 3 weeks. So I'm going to put that off to the side. That's for the crowbar. Alright, I'm going to throw some of this stuff back in here quickly. Just so we can have a little bit of room for the rest of the stuff. The one part about doing this stuff that's kind of annoying, I have a lot of kit in this bag, and, you know, sometimes it's just in the way. So, this entire bag weighs about, I don't know, I'd say 80 pounds, roughly. I overpack stuff all the time, but I figure be over-prepared rather than under-prepared. Just try to throw some of this stuff back in here quickly. There we go. Good enough for now. Okay. So, along with this pack is assuming I have absolutely nothing on me, but that's pretty not believable. I always carry at least a knife on me. This is a Cold Steel Fin Wolf. You can Google that if you want. It's a very good knife. I very much like it. And then I also have my phone and stuff on me all the time, so. But I have a little flashlight. This is a semi-cheap flashlight. It's nothing great or anything, but it's pretty bright. It has like 120 lumens. Microfiber cloth just for cleaning stuff. 200, or in this kit right now, I have 500. I'm taking one of these out though. I have 200 pellets, pointed pellets for a 117 rifle, which is stored right beside my bag. I do not currently have it on me. Ferrocerium rod, which I'm looking for a new place to put. Glasses cleaner, I have glasses. A multi-tool, Gerber multi-tool MP600, I believe. Single bandana. Another lighter. A compass, which is not the only one I have in this bag. And then a little folder. A very trustworthy folder, super sharp. quickly throw all this crap back in here. So, in case I don't have that stuff on me, I have it with me, or if I can't grab it from one of my other little spots, I can't, I don't want to be without it. Say I couldn't just grab a knife and go type thing. You want to have a knife on your little folder because it's useful. Alright, moving on from there. On one of my side pockets, I have, this one's kind of like a first aid medical pocket with some extra stuff in it. I have another bandana, 110 uses for a bandana. I have a bunch of stuff that I don't want to, say I don't want to completely take out my medical kit. I just have it in a little bag. It's hand cleaners, surgical gloves, a bunch of these little packets, gauze, stuff like that, just some small stuff. And then I have like 20 of those, because I use those a lot. You can use them for fire making too. On that light, I also have another lighter in a little metal case. And then I have a KFS, which is K, knife, F, fork, S, spoon, obvious. But it's good to have, just so you can eat some stuff. I have some X-Acto blades. There's a small knife in my medical kit, but I have some little X-Acto blades just in case you need these small cuts. And another pair of surgical gloves, along with a little whistle, which is a Canadian Armed Forces whistle, which is pretty cool. Always nice to have a whistle in there just for some signaling, or to deafen your friends, which is more or less what that's used for. Alright, throw some stuff back in here. I like to have my kits organized in a certain way. All the pockets are pretty much used for something. Everything has its little place. This is a ongoing changing kit. It changes, I don't know, every 2 weeks, roughly. Just some small stuff are added. I plan on changing out some of these MREs, because they take up a lot of room, and I don't directly need that many. So I plan on switching that out, maybe some of it for some canned food, because they are not all that tasty. I have another microfiber cloth, very useful. In this little phone case, I have a bunch of zip ties, a small roll of duct tape, because duct tape's useful, another eye cleaning thing, cloth, a pencil sharpener, which is good for making fine shavings of wood, some small tweezers, a small lighter, and that's it. So, it's just kind of like small things that I use a decent amount. And they all fit in here pretty easy, so yeah, it's just like a little makeshift kit. Just throwing it all back in here. In that pocket I also have, let me throw this thing in here quickly. Alright, in that pocket I also have 2 field sharpeners, which are really good field sharpeners, the Camillus one and the Smith's one. Everyone who likes blades and everything knows about the Smith sharpener, man. It's freaking amazing. Pretty cheap too. It's only like 10 bucks, 15 bucks. So for the price, would recommend. The Camillus one, it's not as good, but it has more options for certain things. So I just keep them both together. Why not? Shut up. Alright, so in here I keep my spare glasses. There's some change in there right now because I put it aside for bus. But so spare glasses. I have a char tin right here. That this one's new. This one's a new char tin. I haven't used it yet, but it's loaded with cloth. So when I finally do get to quickly burn all that stuff up, I'll have a lot. So char tin. Gloves again. These are my mechanics gloves. I use these for just if you need to do some small tasks. Maybe it's not winter time. Maybe it's not snow everywhere. So They're just good for getting stuff done. Portable charger, that's pretty obvious why I would use that. Don't have that phone anymore, I don't know why I have that cord in there. But yeah, that's a pretty good charger. A secondary compass, just in case. I've seen people that don't trust their compasses, so they drop kick them into a forest thinking it's broken. Then they're left without a compass now, aren't they? A metric fuck ton of Gorilla Tape. That stuff is useful. A stropping cube, just in case you need to strop your knives, which, yeah. Another compass, a little ball compass, which you just roll around and it's going to point north no matter what. So, that's very good. An SOL single person bivy sack. These ones are very good. It's basically a little sleeping bag, which is great. So, makes a lot of noise when you get into them, but it's warm. It'll reflect your heat. A little canteen cup for cooking. That one I would use personally for boiling water. Some trail tape, just in case you need to mark your way. Which way you've gone, which way people should go. A mini first aid, or not mini first aid, a mini survival kit. This one has, let me quickly go through all the crap in here. The miniature, you don't have to point at it. There's a miniature fishing kit, some band-aids, matches, more matches, a little saw, some tinfoil. There's a lot in here. I can pack a lot of. Alright, sorry about that. Memory card was full. Well, so on top of this little kit we have here, I just have another big brick of duct tape and some mustral that I really never use, but it's good to have just in case. Pretty sure it's also flammable. Not 100% sure, but whatever. So, then I have some trail tape. Obvious uses for that, just to find your way back and everything like that. And we're getting to the end of this kit now. So, I have a single glow stick, apparently. Bear Grylls Survival Guide, good to have, if not, if anything. Like, it's better than nothing, right? A bunch of 20-pound snail wire, which is useful to have just for snares. Condom, because condom. And that is it. Again, this pack is always changing. I plan on adding a lighter tarp, because that's a pretty heavy tarp. New companion knife, stuff like that. It always changes, so, yeah, this is a pretty good basis for a survival kit. I'm on a budget. I don't have a lot of money, especially, like, just to spare on stuff like this. So, I think for what I have, it's pretty good. I have more stuff at home, but honestly, this is my kit. I carry this around anytime I go out into the woods. So, this is what I'm good for. I know how to use it, and I'm good with it. So, if you have any suggestions, anything that you might switch out, or your own personal survival kit, just put it in the comments, and yeah. So, thank you guys for watching. This has been my personal shit hits the fan bag, survival bag, whatever. And I hope you enjoyed.